For the American left and the politicians running it, fighting ICE now has become a civil rights movement. It's to them the 1960s all over again. Today, Governor Tim Walz says Minnesota is standing up to ICE like Minnesota stood up to slavery.
When things looked really bleak, it was Minnesota's first that held that line for the nation on that July 3rd, 1863. And I think now we may be in that moment.
To be clear, he is referring to a Minnesota regiment during the Battle of Gettysburg. Hyperbole is one thing, but this makes things far, far more dangerous. Think about the people out protesting tonight. What Walz is telling them is that every progressive out there is now a soldier in the next civil war. To them, to all the people now chanting and breaking windows of police cars and blocking ICE, they are now part of a noble crusade. They are like the civil rights movement of the 50s and 60s. These people are not protesting, they're fighting with police. There is a big difference. This isn't the civil rights movement. It's a fight against upholding the law. So we want to show you a split screen. The civil rights movement, peacefully protesting, linking arms, singing, "We shall overcome." They were demanding equal protection under the law. Today, mask-wearing crowds were fighting with ICE to stop them from enforcing the law. There is a huge difference. But the facts don't matter for politicians when there is fundraising to do. Leadership is hard. Getting on MS Now and CNN is pretty easy. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey evidently didn't get the national political career he wanted. You might remember back when he was kneeling and crying during the George Floyd protests. And at least based on his new sound bites and media advisors, he is determined not to let another crisis go to waste.
Stated reason again is safety, but what we are seeing is that they are tearing families apart. This is not about solving crime. This is not about preventing fraud. This is about sowing chaos. To ICE, get the out of Minneapolis. I'm so sorry if I offended their Disney princess ears.
Note that the mayor and the police chief are on CNN while there are thousands of protesters out on the streets. You might want to think that the police chief would be out there dealing with the protests, but never mind. The Minneapolis police chief on MS Now was almost salivating at the idea of arresting the ICE officer who shot the woman if he could. It would be easy to dismiss all of this as unserious and performative because it is both of those things, but it is also very dangerous. Let's look just for a minute at the video that we have all seen. There's no reason to believe the woman in the car right there meant to kill the ICE officer. But that doesn't really matter. What matters is that the officer reasonably felt as the car backed up and then came towards him that he was in danger. Cars are deadly weapons. And it's very easy to both sides this. Just after the gunshots, Republicans rushed to the microphones and TV studios to call the woman a domestic terrorist. Every decent American wishes that woman was alive today. And that's because Americans are good people. Nobody is happy that Renee Good is dead, although she was reportedly an ardent anti-ICE activist. Nobody's happy she died. But most Americans know bad things happen when you drive at a police officer. It is a tragedy. That is a pretty reasonable position lost on Vice President Vance.
This was an attack on federal law enforcement. This was an attack on law and order. This was an attack on the American people. This is classic terrorism.
This was not an attack on the American people, any more than fighting ICE is the civil rights movement. This woman was not engaged in terrorism. She may be engaged in trying to stop ICE, but there's a big difference. Vance is doing the same thing Walz did. If the ICE protesters are attacking the American people, should the right now attack the ICE protesters? Of course, the answer is no. But here's the difference, and it is an important one that no one else will point out. We will. Right now, the political violence is coming from the left. There is video after video after video of it. It's not coming from the right. And far from condemning it, politicians on the left are celebrating it. They are parroting the same talking points as the protesters, rioters, vigilantes, whatever you want to call them. And as Tim Walz said, those fighting ICE and taking a stand, in his words, are like Union volunteers at the Battle of Gettysburg.
When things looked really bleak, it was Minnesota's first that held that line for the nation on that July 3rd, 1863. And I think now we may be in that moment.
No, fighting with ICE does not make you a war hero. It makes you completely, totally misguided at best. And for Tim Walz, for a party of Democrats claiming to love America, they are awfully happy to talk about a coming civil war.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.